Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to give you guys my current thoughts on Alternet system stock, or ticker symbol ALYI. Now, guys, in all honesty, I've not been this excited about an individual play in a very, very long time. Probably since Riot started taking off last year. And the reason for that is simple. One is because it is a tiny stock with a market cap of only $3.5 million. That's amongst the smallest I've ever seen. And we will, of course, go on to talk market cap price targets, why I believe that's important for an investment. And the second is that this is a very cool company with a cool mission. And I personally believe that their game plan is brilliant, which, of course, we will cover as well. I also believe that this play, this position, has the potential to provide me with generational wealth. At least I've convinced myself of that. And when I say generational wealth, I'm thinking like 100x gains, not 100%. That would be a 2x, but like 100x gains. And I'm not saying this is going to come days, months, even years, but over the course of time, I personally believe that this play has the potential to 100x my current position. And of course, we will dive into what this company is, why I'm saying this. It's a very bold play, so I do have to rationalize this statement, which of course we will go on to do. And I'm excited to get into it, you guys. I am in the game of identifying asymmetric risk investments. Asymmetric risk means that the upside potential significantly outweighs the downside risk. And I really see that in this. And of course, I'm pumped to break this down for you guys and share this play with you guys and really dig into it, okay? But of all videos, I definitely have to throw a disclaimer at the beginning of this one because, you guys, I need to say this right up front. This is objectively a very, very risky play. This is a high risk play. This is a speculative investment, which I need to make very, very clear. Just because I see a lot of potential in it and I think the price is going to appreciate dramatically does not mean that it will. I could definitely be wrong. So always keep that in mind. This is just my opinion, guys. This is just my thoughts. This is just for informational purposes. Not investment advice, not financial advice. I love researching this with you guys, but with whatever stock it is that we go on to cover, this one specifically, but all in the future and all in the past, I always want you guys to do your own research, come to your own conclusions, and make your own decisions, all right? So, disclaimer aside, let's get into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and we'll dive into each one individually. To kick it off, got one of my good old write-ups for you guys, quickly breaking down what is ALYI, why I like ALYI, market cap, and then price targets, the fun part. Okay, so we will go over this, set the grounds for the rest of this analysis, just so you guys can get an idea of what this company does. We will then do some quick math once we get into the price targets. I'll explain to you guys kind of my long-term price targets for this. So little quick math here, taking you guys to school for a second. So we will go over this. We'll go over the quick math. And then I know you guys all see it in the back. We got trading view in the back, but you guys know the drill. We will save this for last because, of course, we do have to establish the fundamental base and a fundamental understanding of what this company is. Don't only look at the charts, you guys. Technicals are important, and I got a lot of fun stuff I want to talk to you guys about on this chart. Some crazy price targets here. But again, fundamentals when you're investing in a company, especially for the long term, like I am personally for this one, you gotta understand what this company does. You gotta do your due diligence. Okay, so the first article that we're gonna look over is actually just from yesterday at the time of recording this. So January 20th, titled "ALYI sets its strategy apart from the rest of the $800 billion electric vehicle market." So this is huge, you guys. The CEO is actually releasing a statement tomorrow, Friday. So probably as soon as many of you guys may watch this, which is why I really wanted to get it out on Thursday night, which is when I'm recording, when I'm posting this. So again, we're definitely looking forward to that. We'll go over this very recent article. After that, we'll then catch up on ALYI's website. You guys know anytime I do an individual analysis, we got to take a look at the website, know what's going on here. So we'll quickly go over this. Obtain a little more comprehensive of an understanding of what ALYI is, what Alternet Systems does, what they work in. So we will go over this quickly. I do want to focus on their Revolt electric motorbikes because that's, in my opinion, from a fundamental perspective, is the most appealing of the three here: energy storage, electric vehicles, and military apps. So we're just going to be focusing on the electric vehicle aspect of this today. But again, you guys, go on to do your own research. Check out this site for yourself. It's right up here. You guys can all read it and just type in Alternet Systems and you'll find it, okay? So again, we're just focusing on the bike here. And on that note, we will just take a look at this sick bike because this is a dope bike. This is the Revolt concept art. This is not an actual bike. This is just a concept, which you will understand why that is as we move more into this analysis. But this is just a cool picture. I think this bike is sick personally. I would buy it. And again, that's always a good sign. If you buy the product of whatever company you're talking about, that's usually a pretty good, just a pretty good sign if you're considering investing in it. Okay, it has to be a good product. All right. So once again, I'm excited to cover all this with you guys: the fundamentals, the price action, the technicals, everything. But as always, before we do, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you're thinking about investing in ALYI for yourself. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this, and of course check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter, first link down in the description. In all honesty, you guys, you can see that just today ALYI ended the day, closed the day almost 30% up. I was talking a lot about this to the newsletter subscribers over the course of the past week or so. And we're seeing some exciting price action here. And if you guys want to know exactly when I'm buying, when I'm selling, whenever I trade ALYI, and not only ALYI, but the entirety of my entire portfolio, which ALYI, in all honesty, is just a small part of the grand scheme of things. Yeah, check out Complete Portfolio Daily Newsletter, daily updates from myself. With every update, I send out an email newsletter, pretty comprehensive newsletter at that, with charts in it, with analyses in it. Even if I'm not trading, I just send you guys whatever I think is important to know that day during market hours, so it's real-time updates from myself. If you're interested in that, first link in the description. If not, no worries at all. So let's get back here and pull up this bad boy, okay? So Alternet Systems, ALYI. What is ALYI? We'll get into more detail about Alternet Systems, but the way I describe it is, this is like elevator pitch right here. A company aspiring to be a dominant player in the electric motorcycle space, focused on targeting massive emerging market, Africa. Okay, so you guys, Africa, the future Wakanda. I see so much potential in Africa as an emerging market. I think 10, 20, 50, especially 50, 100 years from now, Africa might look like Wakanda from shout out Black Panther. Okay, so again, I think there's a lot of potential there. That's why I think they're taking a brilliant approach on this EV, and just it's such a unique way in this EV sector. Why I personally like ALYI, and this is more from an investment perspective. I view this as a venture type investment with highly asymmetric upside potential. So once again, you guys, upside potential significantly outweighs downside risk. And again, that is just my analysis. That doesn't mean that it's the objective truth. That's just my opinion. Although ALYI doesn't necessarily have the financials to back their projects just yet, their vision is brilliant, and I think we can all agree that the investors of 2021 love themselves a great story. So we will go on to talk a little more about story stocks once I pull up these metrics. So their market cap, you guys, is $3.5 million. This is not only the smallest stock that I've ever traded, this is the smallest stock I've ever seen. And keep in mind, you guys, this is an OTC stock, which is over the counter. I personally use TD Ameritrade. I see a lot of people asking about those when I cover OTC stocks. I use TD Ameritrade, but I'm sure a lot of other, just Google it, you guys. You can figure it out. You're smart. Okay, so OTC stock, 3.5, still pink sheet. This is a penny stock, you guys. This is so small for I've never seen this small of a market cap, in all honesty, and now I'm trading it. It currently has a price of under 3 cents. So it's 0.2973 cents. All right, that's a crazy small. That's so small, you guys, and that makes it that much funner if you're accumulating a position. You can get like a crazy looking position size for not much money, just because again, this is a 3 cent stock virtually. Okay, so my short-term price target for this is 10 cents. Again, we'll get to that at the end. My long-term is a $10 price target, which from here is a pretty significant multiple on that. That is over a 300x there. All right, so let's do some quick math right here. ALYI math. They have 115 million outstanding shares. $10 times $115 million would be a $1.15 billion market cap. A $1.15 billion market cap is tiny when you compare it to other players like Tesla's market cap, which is $800 billion. I'm not saying that at any point in time over the history, I would actually put my money on the fact that ALYI never comes close to doing the numbers that Tesla does. But just to put into perspective, we're at a $3 million market cap, and Tesla is at a $800 billion market cap. And I'm saying like a $10 ALYI from 3 cents is over a 300x. And that is, again, just getting to $10 from here. I should have wrote down more math. But just getting to $10 from where we are now, a $10 ALYI share price would equate to a $1.15 billion market cap, which is still tiny. Okay, that's important to understand. Because Nikola still has a market cap of $8 billion. Nikola got to a high market cap of over $20 billion with equally as much product on the road as ALYI. So if Nikola is still floating around. I don't know how it's doing that. Still floating around 8 billion after all that's happened. Then that just shows like I mentioned in this, that really just shows the status of this market, where this market environment is at, how story stocks kind of run this market. And in all honesty, I was roasting this at first. I don't like a story stock driven market. I don't like a speculative driven market, but you have to adapt to the times, all right? And that's the reality of our situation. There's a lot of retail interest just floating around. A lot of people want exciting plays, stimulating plays, and that's what this is. And that's another reason that, although I don't agree with the financials, like the PE ratio side of that, the historical valuation side of that, that's the reality, and you got to adapt or else you're going to fall behind, okay? So my long-term target for this is $10. I think that's pretty conservative considering a $1 billion market cap. $1 billion market cap is still tiny. And I see so much. So that's why I say, you guys, I see generational wealth opportunity in this myself. I've convinced myself that this is a generational wealth, a play with generational wealth creation potential. So that is that. Again, you guys, we will jump into this one more time. We will jump into this at the end. I'm sorry. So we'll talk price action at the end. Got a lot of fun rocket ship price targets to talk to you guys about. But again, got to set that fundamental ground. So let's talk about this. ALYI sets strategy apart from the rest of the $800 billion electric vehicle market. Once again, just released yesterday at the time of recording this, which is January 20th of 2021. Dallas Alternet Systems today announced that the company CEO Randall Torno will publish a corporate update and 2021 outlook this Friday, January 22nd, 2021. The company anticipates beginning production and delivery of its first electric motorcycles on an existing order in sub-Saharan Africa to serve the motorcycle taxi or Bonda business. The company has also made substantial progress in the last few months towards bringing a brand name electric vehicle race to Africa as the anchor of its electric vehicle ecosystem, driving the design and production of the future electric-powered transportation to the African market. On Friday, Mr. Torno will share the latest details on the company's development and provide his outlook for an anticipated breakout in 2021. Mr. Torno maintains that the ALYI electric vehicle ecosystem strategy and African focus sets the ALYI electric vehicle market strategy apart from the rest of the industry, anticipated to reach over $800 billion by 2027. So again, you guys, just Tesla has an $800 billion market cap. And although I don't want to get into the Tesla argument right now, Tesla objectively, again, historically is overvalued. Who am I to talk about its value considering what I just said and story stocks and speculation and whatnot? But again, you guys, if I 100% agree that this tactic they're taking, they're targeting Africa, super emerging market, like the epitome of an emerging market in Africa, where we will look at some of the specs on like just motorbike sales and how that's increasing, but again, I truly think this is brilliant. I think targeting an emerging market like Africa with so much upside potential over the long term is a brilliant just path to take. Again, because so many of the companies in this space are currently doing similar things. This is very cool. They're tackling an electric motorcycle, which again we will look at once more. That looks sick. And they're targeting an emerging market in Africa, which we will go on to learn more about right now. So, Alternet Systems, let's hear how they define themselves. ALYI has developed a comprehensive long-term electric mobility business strategy focused on rapidly expanding into the market in sub-Saharan Africa. The strategy begins with the production of ALYI's proprietary Revolt electric motorcycle design for rugged environment and to support the multi-passenger rideshare industry in Africa already recognized by Uber and Lyft. So again, you guys, keep in mind, this is designed like most people. If you live in the U.S., you have to remind yourself that you're fortunate. You're fortunate if you drive a car. A lot of the world, especially third world countries, emerging markets like Africa, like sub-Saharan Africa, they can't afford cars. They get mopeds. They traverse in mopeds on bikes. And again, as we move down, we'll go on to learn a little bit more about the numbers behind that. ALYI has evolved from managing the evolution of a portfolio of patented lithium technology and maintains initiatives in alternative energy storage research and development and in energy storage needs specific to military applications. So not going to go too much into the founders right now. Again, you guys do your own research, but the founders both have pretty extensive military background, and I think that's also why they're targeting some military application of their technology as well. So moving down, Revolt electric motorbikes. Just going to read these three right here, these three paragraphs right here, okay? So the Revolt electric motorcycle has been developed through multiple pilot phases. An industrial engineering firm is currently designing the manufacturing capacity to mass produce the Revolt electric motorcycle. The Revolt electric motorcycle is only ALYI's first electric vehicle. ALYI is currently designing electric delivery trucks specifically for the sub-Saharan market. Additional electric vehicles are in the works. The current global market for motorcycles, this is the important part, you guys, that I was talking about earlier. The current global market for motorcycles, scooters, and mopeds is approximately 130 million units per year, resulting in $120 billion in annual sales. As per capita income in developing economic regions continues to improve, motorcycle, scooter, and moped sales are correspondingly expected to grow. So again, you guys, the reason this is called an emerging market is because it's on the come up. The US, we weren't always the titan of industry that we were. We weren't always a global superpower. We had to fight our way up. We had to climb. We had to work. And I think in Africa, there we go, is going through what was the US's industrial revolution. It's going to take a long time, like I said, you guys, but they're on the come up. It only makes sense to me that like everything else in life works in cycles, probably global economies will work in cycles as well. And I'm very, very bullish on the future of Africa. And again, people around the world, not only Africa, but India, et cetera, they're making more money because as people in the US stop work, like we're constantly exporting talent and work. We're outsourcing it internationally and to the highest bidder. The people who charge the least will be compensated. And as they do that, they make more money. That's why these are emerging markets. That's why the individual in each of these emerging countries, third world countries, whatever you want to call them, is starting to make more and more money every year because they're providing more and more service to internationally. They're making more exports, okay? So, again, more money for these people means more electric vehicles, or not electric vehicle sales. It means more bike, scooter, moped sales, and that's obviously good for this. And it's just an EV company, so that makes it that much more appealing. This is such a cool, like, again, you guys, it's very important to say right now that we'll just take a look at this and I'll do my little rant, and then we'll take a look at the charts. It's very important to understand, as I said in the write-up, that this company is pretty much Nikola. Like this company is working on a promise. They don't have tangible products on the road. They haven't sold products. They did do a pre-order, and allegedly that pre-order did very well, like 200 limited pieces. I can't verify that. That's what they're saying. I have no reason to disbelieve them, but innocent until proven guilty. But I can't confirm it, so I'm not gonna say like it's for sure. But again, you guys keep in mind, this is speculative. This is risky, and not all the financials are there yet. So do your own research, you guys. I've been researching this pretty damn extensively for the past few days now. For like even like last week, when I think the first time we started talking about ALYI was like a week or so ago, and I started looking into it then. Been keeping up, and it's amazing to see like this article just released yesterday. Like this is so bullish, and again, that's why I need to get this out to I need to get this video out. I need to get this out to the Waves fam, just because this is happening tomorrow. This is a big deal. And again, I'm sorry if this does hit the market. Like if this news hits the market tomorrow and it does super well, and it's a little too late to buy. But again, big shout out to the newsletter fam. We've been on it. So speaking of just being on it, you guys. Today was a great day for ALYI. It has been a very, very volatile few days, very volatile week, seeing a high of about 38 cents back on January 12th. Since then, we have been printing what looks to me like a bull flag. Like we're seeing, just, you guys know we love bull flags around here. So again, this parabolic move up, flagpole followed by a descending triangle. This could play out for a while unless we break this line of resistance on this short-term downtrend, which is creating this descending triangle. So again, you guys, bull flag usually resolves as it states. It's a bullish pattern, so it usually resolves to the upside. My short-term price target for ALYI, although it was already up 27% today, also granted in a market that was pretty much down. Like the markets were pretty rough today, pretty much red overall. That's impressive that ALYI was able to see this significant of a gain in a day where everything else was pretty much red. And again, this is not crazy to see in the least, because this has a $3.5 million value. Like its market cap is $3.5 million. That is tiny. It takes very, very little capital inflow to affect this stock, you guys. One more thing that I fully forgot to mention in the disclaimer: I'm not affiliated directly with this company at all. I have no idea. Well, obviously I researched the founders. I have no direct contact with them. Again, I have no partnership with them at all. But obviously I do own shares in this company, and I'm pumped on it, and my money is definitely where my mouth is with this one. Okay, so just had to throw that in there because I just remembered, my bad. So again, short term, I think it's very, very likely, even though we rallied up 30% today, that we continue this rally up to ultimately test what the heck happened there, to ultimately test this downtrend on this line of resistance, creating this descending triangle on the bull flag. That is the flag of the bull flag, okay? So if that happens, that would take us up to about 30, it's crazy thinking that this is just cents. So 0.33 cents would be my price target on this downside. I think we will likely see some resistance around here, maybe bounce sideways, but I think it's also very possible, again, you guys, considering that this is such a small market cap, if it gets the right traction with this Friday news, like if this Friday news impresses the markets, impresses investors, this thing could very easily blast straight through this line of resistance. So if we break this line, if we break this downtrend, then that would take this nice big old cyan line that I have drawn here into play. And this is a pretty solid line of resistance on the short-term uptrend. So very significant trend line to the upside, very, very bullish. If we hit it on, say, February 1st, that would take us to 10 cents. That's why I said in the write-up right here, short-term price target is 10 cents, long-term $10. And again, we'll zoom out right after this. So short-term price target, granted, again, you guys, I'm not guaranteeing anything here. This is just, you guys know how I do my analyses. I'm just ballparking this. So it's 10 cents if we happen to hit it on February 1st. If we do happen to break out of this, if we break out of this trend line on the short-term uptrend, this line of resistance, then I think we are going straight to the moon, baby. So again, you guys, kind of just messing around here. It's so hard to tell with a stock like this. If we break this trend line, that is, we're getting into that blue sky territory that we talked about on this channel a lot. It's fortunate to be able to talk about blue sky territories, but it can be a little scary. So if we do break above this, if there's enough hype behind this, again, if this news dropping tomorrow that the CEO releases tomorrow impresses significantly, then we could see this break even beyond this. And again, keep in mind, you guys, a $10 ALYI would translate roughly to a $1.15 million market cap right here. So actually, let's have this in the background because that's cool. We'll close it out here. So, gosh, damn it, there we go. Okay, so keep in mind, you guys, a $10 share price for ALYI would translate to a $1.15 billion market cap. Nikola is virtually the same company. Obviously not, but I mean, I'm sure you guys can understand why I'm drawing that correlation between ALYI and Nikola. It's a promise. And it's I think, in all honesty, I think ALYI is, again, they're targeting that emerging. I love that. That's so sick. And it's so brilliant because I don't know if any of this is the first I've seen. And because I'm a macro trader, a lot of the content I consume is macro investment focused content. And that's why I touch on so many sectors across the market, is because everything works. It's the earth is one big ecosystem. It's all one big, not so happy, but I like to think it's happy. One big happy family for the most part, and everything works in this large ecosystem, right? And I just like the macro. I like you. It helps you when you operate within individual sectors to know what's going on in the greater scheme of things. I mean, like, if you understand everything, not everything, if you know at least a little bit about what's going on in every sector, it helps out when you want to pinpoint, when you want to focus on an individual sector. Okay, so again, sorry getting a little rambly there, just share my just pretty much vocalizing my thoughts right there. But again, I hope you guys like this video. I do hope that, again, sorry I didn't have any like crazier price targets to the upside, but again, $10. If we do cross 10 cents, I'm stoked that from here, if we cross 10 cents, that's over a 3x from here. So we're almost we're a part of the way there to that good old 100x that I'm expecting. Once again, you guys, do your own research. Please do your own research. Make your own decisions. This is just my opinion. Okay, so please, down below, let me know what you think about ALYI. This is a very, very easy one to roast. So if you roast it, it's okay. But if you're excited about it, if you see potential in the vision, if you mess with the vision like I do, please let me know down below. Let me know what other plays, what other small market cap plays you're excited about. Because again, we are in the game of identifying asymmetric opportunities. And once again, that is what I personally believe ALYI is it's a tough ticker. I've struggled with that this whole time. ALYI is, I believe it is an asymmetric opportunity. Okay, so we'll call it there, you guys. Again, I'll see you in the comments down below. Always love talking shop. Always love talking story. Always love learning from you guys most of all. So I will catch you downstairs. And until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.